There are questions the soul carries long before the mouth ever speaks them. Questions that sit heavy, like stones in the chest. Questions like, if God already knew, why didn't he stop it? That question doesn't come from rebellion. It comes from heartbreak. It comes from disappointment. It comes from moments that felt too heavy for a loving God to allow. Many don't stop believing because they hate God. They stop because life kept breaking their trust. They prayed and nothing changed. They hoped and were let down. They trusted people who carried God's name and were wounded by them. They watched tragedy unfold and couldn't reconcile it with a God who is supposed to be good. And somewhere in the middle of that pain, unbelief started to feel safer than hope. But hear this gently: God's foreknowledge is not permission, God's awareness is not agreement, God's sovereignty is not cruelty. He sees every evil act, but he does not author it. Humanity has free will, and humanity has used it to bless, to build, and to heal. They've also used it to wound, to destroy, and to harm. Free will wasn't punishment after Eden, it was God's intention from the beginning. Because if God created a world where everything went his way, where no one could choose, where no one could wonder, where no one could reach for the other side, then humanity would be nothing more than holy puppets. Obedient, yes, but not loving, not choosing, not capable of relationship. Love without choice isn't love, it's programming. And even in Eden, with perfection all around, the human heart still wondered what was on the other side of obedience. Curiosity is human, desire is human, choice is human. God didn't want robots, he wanted relationship. So he gave humanity the ability to choose, and humanity has used that freedom to create beauty and to create pain. But God does not cause the pain, he steps into it. He is not the shooter, he is not the silence, he is not the tragedy. He is the breath that stayed in the body. He is the comfort that found the grieving. He is the strength that rose from the ashes. He is the justice that eventually comes. He is the healing that outlasts the wound. Psalm 34 and 18 says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, not the perfect, not the strong, not the ones who got over it, the brokenhearted. But there's another kind of wound, a deeper one, a quieter one, a wound shaped like a sanctuary. There are wounds that come from religion, from people who carried God's name but not his heart. Some were taught fear instead of freedom, shame instead of grace, control instead of love, silence instead of healing. Some were told that God was angry, that God was watching, that God was waiting to punish, that God was disappointed before they even took their first breath. Some were taught that holiness meant fear, that obedience meant losing your voice, that faith meant ignoring your wounds, that questioning meant rebellion. But hear this clearly: fear is not God, shame is not God, control is not God, manipulation is not God, trauma is not God. People may have used his name, but he did not become them. Church hurt is a human wound, not a divine one. And many of these wounds didn't even start with you, they were inherited, passed down like heirlooms nobody wanted, but everybody received. Fear handed down as faith, silence handed down as strength, shame handed down as holiness, control handed down as protection. Not because generations were evil, but because they were taught the same things, because someone taught them what someone taught them before them, what someone taught before that. Generations of people trying to honor God with tools they inherited from people who were hurting as well. But hear this: just because it was passed down doesn't mean it came from God. God is not the fear your family lived under. God is not the silence your elders survived. God is not the shame your lineage carried. God is not the weight that was handed to you in the name of holiness. People passed down what they knew, but God is offering something new. He is the one who breaks cycles. He is the one who heals patterns. He is the one who untangles what generations twisted. He is the one who says, this ends with you. This heals with you. This changes with you. So, to the one who is hurting, to the one who is tired, to the one who closed their heart because life kept breaking it, hear this softly. You're not wrong. You're not weak. You're not faithless. You're human. You're wounded. You're tired. And God knows that. He's not asking for pretending. He's not asking for instant trust. He's not asking for forced belief. He's asking for a crack. Just a little. Just enough for light to get in. Because God can work with a crack. Free will opened the door to pain, but God opened the door to restoration. And if breath is still in the body, purpose is still in the story. If the heart is still beating, healing is still possible. If life is still present, mercy is still active. You don't have to trust today. You don't have to believe today. Just don't shut the door. God can work with a crack. And as always, this offering is straight from the Pocketbook of Grace. If it nourished you, you're invited to subscribe to this sacred pocketbook.